I go off topic a lot when I'm alone. Wow. I mean, I go off topic with my friend too, but at least he remembers what we were talking about. What was I talking about? I think I was just kind of talking about like how dungeons are and stuff. Yeah, so while there were a few dungeons that do stuff like this, where you have multiple different possibilities, well, not multiple different possibilities, but like different maps for quests. There's only a few like late game dungeons in the old game that did that. And I actually don't mind it. Like, you don't get as much experience at the end, but you just get the quest over with. Like, why not? The game is the leveling is balanced for you to do it this way anyways. And as strange as it sounds, I don't like being over leveled. Not because it makes me like super strong or anything. It just, I would prefer to not have quests in an area when I should be in the area ahead of it, because it's like a downward spiral. If I were to do a full clear of somewhere that I don't need it on one of the early levels, the next level I'll do is probably going to result in me how do I put this? Basically sticking around. Like, if I'm supposed to be in an area from level 8 to level 10, say, and going through that area puts me at level 11, well, I've effectively wasted some fatigue in a dungeon that I shouldn't have been in. Technically, that, like, it doesn't really matter, because in the future it will only be like 100 or like 1,000 experience, which is basically pocket change when it comes to high levels. So theoretically it doesn't matter. However, it matters to me. So there. Alright, well, they give us epic quests enough to have that completed by this point, which is nice. Alright, well, time to beat the boss of this area. Then I'll subclass, then I'll beat this area again. Then I do the Forgotten Forest, or I think that's what it's called. And then I pass out because it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Very realistically. I could have paused this recording and then recorded it later, but I'd rather do it all at once. Just so you can see what the fatigue bar looks like when you've used all your fatigue, or at least almost all of it. I'm doing this for you guys. Also, I'd rather get this done today so that I can record tomorrow and be caught up. Yeah, that's a good reason. I like that reasoning. Apprentice HU Ocean. As you can probably see, it gets utterly repetitive this early in the game, because it's just me going combo, concentrate fury, combo, concentrate fury, unless I need to use something like this to get them away from me or to knock them up. Use that. tips can I have for people starting out? Always update your gear and stats, for sure. Once you hit every 5 levels, you should probably increase your stats. Well, no, 100% increase your stats, and probably, depending on your gear, replace your gear as well. It's probably safe to replace your gear every 10 levels instead of every 5, because sometimes there's not even something available every 5. And I mean, like, Magic Shield is just fine. Like, there's no inherent badness, I want to say. Like, there's no inherent, like, turmoil for doing that. I don't know if that was the correct word or not. Probably not. I honestly don't even, at the end of that sentence, I forgot what I was talking about, but that's just me being tired. Alright, so that quest will put us above 15. Oh, I did that. So I like to hit my button so that no one can steal my spot. That's my spot, no one else's. And I sometimes actually heal myself. Alright, yeah, I can advance to the next level. That's pretty cool. Okay. It's pretty good. Alright, so time to advance. And do that part, because I can. I wonder how much that extra fatigue I use will affect my gameplay. Class advancement, Glacial Master. Alright, cool. So this is subclassing. Normally there'd be 4 subclasses, however, that is not the case. There's only 2 subclasses for this one, which is fine because they are really good subclasses anyways. So let's go to the Rainwood Underground Penitentiary. So you'll notice I get deep-seated grudges here. It's because these things are here regardless if I'm doing this quest or if I were to do the regular part. I actually could do a regular run of this place instead of this very small run by accepting my advancement in the dungeon. However, like I made a point before, that would mean I would be over-leveled and probably use more fatigue than necessary because I'm only going to 17 anyways. But if I was using my full fatigue, it'd still be over-leveled me, which I do not like. That doesn't mean it's a bad thing. On the contrary, it might be even in later levels, it's actually preferable to not accept your epic quests until after, because you get more experience that way, and there is no lack of, well, no, there is a lack of epic quests at the level like 50 plus. So at that level, I don't really have a problem with, you know, accepting my quest a bit late into the dungeon when it matters, like when I can do full and still meet the quest criteria, then I'll do that. But in this case, it just overlevels you, and overleveling is annoying, so I'm not gonna do it. And I just want to subclass as fast as possible because ice. And it makes my ads attacks like a lot better. Alright. So yeah, this guy isn't normally a boss. He's actually a green monster. Alright. Like I said, this part is my spot. My friend Manuel, so I will be playing with this. His spot's to the right there. I think we basically have an unspoken agreement that that is true, because we always ended up taking our like one of our rewards and it being really good, so we just said, well, whatever, we'll just make it so that we're always in the same slot. Alright, so she'll give you part of an armor set. That gives you a featured quest. Do I need that? Yes. Do I need that? Yes. Do I need that? Yeah. Nope. Yep. And then I'll need this last rod. And that uses 1 coin, but I could do that. Alright, so I have subclass. Okay, well that was interesting. I just broke the disassembler. I have never actually had that happen before. Okay. Alright, so now it wants me to do the Ringwood Penitentiary, but however, I have stats to align. So Icy White Sword. Okay. So I have maximum tolerance against freezing. That's a decent skill. That's decent, that's decent. That's decent. I don't really need those. There we are. So I'm not gonna bother with these skills. Just let that level 1, probably that level 1 as well, just because it's good for pushing people back. It's good to have the skills, but they're an elemental bomber skill, not a glacial master, meaning that they're not quite optimized. And you just don't want too many skills. Like, you can only fit 10 skills? 12 skills. So, and you definitely can't use that many. Especially not as an elemental bomber. Like, they use so many skills. It's insane. Alright, so this is my new skill. Ice Sword. It's pretty good. No. I'm punching now. It's really cool. The only other class that completely changes their combo is Battle Mage. And much the same. It makes their combo a bit slower, but does way more damage. It's actually really cool. I love it. What did I get? Right, there was a passive in that slot instead of activated ability. So I basically can't be frozen at the moment. I'm already hitting in the K's. That's how insane my attacks are right now. This class is fun. I've never fully experienced it. I'm glad I'm getting a chance to do so in front of this audience. This is almost like a blind Let's Play. It's just a class in a game. Instead. See, like Survivor Chibuka? I could have clearly fought him in the dungeon, I just didn't want to. So it would have been possible for me to do a subclass and have been probably sit Steam by the end of it, but using more fatigue as a consequence. Which may or may not screw up my leveling. Alright, so 2 more levels. I have work tomorrow. I don't know why I'm still up. Although I don't have work too early. So 3. Alright, I can still get a decent number of hours of sleep if I sleep 8.5 to 8 hours. Yeah, it should be fine. I don't really want to bore you with my sleep pattern, although it's not great. So many spirits. I can do this. Boy, that was easy. I didn't want it to get hit, so I was kind of staying in the fight a bit long, but if I had just run in, I could have just done it. We got a necklace. Still worse. Yay, level up. Episode complete. So now we have a new series of epic quests called Dimensional Seal. Also, we have 2 titles we can get: the Elven Pentacle, or I guess Fairy Talisman, and Forgotten Forest. And then this one is for this blue weak magic pot and other things. So this is one of the special dungeons I was talking about, where you need exactly the fatigue or higher. You can't go in here with 1 fatigue. And it is considered hard mode, where this is considered easy. Do I not have... No, okay. I don't know why it wasn't letting me go in there.